Hey everybody, welcome back, and this is going to be part 5 of my video collection series. The recent remake, Hairspray, starring John Travolta, Michelle Pfeiffer, and a bunch of others, Christopher Walken, Queen Latifah. This was just the musical version brought to the big screen, basically. John Carpenter's Halloween, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance on Blu-ray. 2-disc special edition, the 25th anniversary edition of Halloween on DVD. Halloween 2. Halloween 3. I actually really enjoy Halloween 3 a lot on its own. I agree that it shouldn't have Halloween 3 in the title. It should have just been called Season of the Witch. But overall, I thought it was a very good movie. It's kind of like a pod movie, like a Body Snatchers type film. Doesn't belong in the Halloween series, but nonetheless, I still liked it. Halloween 4. Halloween 5. And I am actually very, 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 very excited that I won that limited edition 10 from James. So thank you, James. It really means a lot. And yeah, can't wait to get it so I can display it proudly. Because I actually have wanted that 10 since that first came out. It's been out for a while, and then I know it got discontinued. So, James, thank you, and I will talk to you soon. Halloween 6. This is not the producer's cut, just the theatrical version. The version I like a lot more. A lot of people like the producer's cut. I don't care too much for that. Jamie Lee Curtis, Halloween H2O, 20 years later. Halloween Resurrection, not a big fan of, but I don't know, not a big fan of. 2-disc special edition of Rob Zombie's Halloween. Well, it's not Rob Zombie's Halloween like John Carpenter's Halloween. He didn't even put his name above the title. A Rob Zombie film, Halloween. This is not the unrated version or the director's cut version. It's just the theatrical version, which out of his director's cut or the theatrical version, I prefer the theatrical version better, because with the theatrical version, you get all the cameos. In the director's cut, he cut all the cameos, basically, for the most part. And it was just very weak, in my opinion. This, at least, was more violent, more, had more of the cameos in it, like Bill Moseley. And I liked Michael's escape a lot better in this version than the director's cut. In the director's cut, there's a pointless rape, which is really pointless. And yeah, so I advise anyone who liked this movie, let me know what they thought, the director's cut or the theatrical version. Halloween, 25 Years of Terror. It's basically just a documentary on the entire Halloween series. One of Oliver Stone's first films, starring Michael Caine, The Hand. Rebecca De Mornay, The Hand That Rocked the Cradle. Special 2-disc edition of Hannibal, a Ridley Scott film, starring Anthony Hopkins and Julianne Moore. Widescreen edition, Hannibal Rising, unrated. Widescreen version, Hard Candy. Special edition of Harry and the Hendersons. Christian Bale, Freddie Rodriguez, and Eva Longoria, Harsh Times. Haven't watched this movie yet. It's from the creators of Training Day, though. Hatchet, old school American horror, the unrated director's cut. I love this movie. I've met Kane a couple times, and he plays the killer in this. And then, of course, Kane is best known for playing Jason more than once. He's the only person to ever play it more than once. So, yeah. 2-disc director's cut edition of Eli Roth's Hostel. Unrated director's cut, Hostel Part 2, Eli Roth. He Knows You're Alone. Another one of those 80s films I always saw a lot of as a kid. Head Over Heels, Freddie Prinze Jr. Another one of my favorites, a little ghost story from the 80s, The Hearse. Special edition of Heathers, 20th High School Reunion Edition on Blu-ray, starring Winona Ryder and Christian Slater. One of my absolute favorites as a kid, Heavyweights from Walt Disney Pictures. Hellraiser, the first DVD. The 20th Anniversary Edition of Hellraiser from Anchor Bay. Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, 20th Anniversary Edition. Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth from Paramount DVD. Hellraiser Hellseeker. This is actually part 5. This is the one where they brought back Ashley Lawrence from 1 and 2, and then her little cameo in part 3. But I really like this one a lot. She came back and they kind of put a little new twist on her character. Director's edition of Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Hide and Go Shriek. High School Musical. Alexander Asia's widescreen unrated version of High Tension. He also directed The Hills Have Eyes 1 remake and his newest film, Mirrors, which I didn't care too much for. So I'm hoping that his next remake that he has lined up will actually be pretty good, which it already sounds good, and I do like the original one, so hopefully he can do good with it. But it's Piranha, and it's going to be in 3D, and that's supposed to come out, I think, later, sometime this year. But pretty excited about that. Highwaymen. The Hills Have Eyes, Wes Craven, the original, signed from Michael Berryman to me. The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, again, signed. His Name Was Jason, basically like that Halloween documentary I have. It's just a complete documentary on the entire series from A to A to Z, including the remake. You can get this for like $9 at Walmart, so definitely worth it. Pick it up. Plus you get a free movie ticket to the remake, so can't beat that, I guess. The Hills Have Eyes, unrated, the remake. The Hitcher, the original. The Hitcher, the remake. Another one of my favorites, Hocus Pocus. The Holiday. A Home at the End of the World. House, and this also includes House 2, second disc inside. House by the Cemetery, the widescreen edition from Anchor Bay. Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. House of Wax, the remake. House on Haunted Hill, the remake. Ang Lee's 2-disc special edition of Hulk. I Drink Your Blood, the deluxe uncensored director's cut. I Spit on Your Grave, the Millennium Edition. Special edition of Identity. Idle Hands. Imaginary Heroes. Cameron Diaz, Toni Collette, Shirley MacLaine, widescreen, In Her Shoes. And finally, Kevin Kline in and Out. So, yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and stay tuned because the next video is coming up next.